It's your boy D.
I'm Shar, and you are tuning in to Homeroom with Smooth. Class is now in session.
Okay. What's up, y'all? This is Homeroom with Smooth, episode number 183. I got with me the poet, the artist, the creator, the energy curator, Drekkia Writes. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Look, I'm so glad to be tapped in with you today. I know we're about to have some good conversation, so
Right. Like, hey, look, where you want to start at though? Do you want to talk about what we just talked about?
I need us to get to the bottom of how we met.
Oh, okay.
I remember UCA. And I'm trying to think if I met you through May Gaden. I keep thinking about her. Do you know May?
Yeah, I know May. Yeah, I know May. Me and May went to high school together, so I mean, it's possible that you did. Cause matter of fact, the first time I remember seeing you was what was that? You were like hosting, or you were helping put together the event or whatever. Like you were like, or you were part of it. Like you did your poetry. Yeah, you did your poetry and stuff. It was man, what event was that? And you said,
I mean, in college I did some poetry slams, but I also used to organize an event called Six on Stage.
Okay. I think that might have been it. I just can't remember everything from back then. It's like 10 years ago.
Dang, I feel old now. It has been 10 years.
Yes,
oh my gosh. Damn, I started college in 2012. Okay, wow. But yeah, I think that's where it was. Definitely at UCA, out there trying to get that degree with them folks. That piece of paper cost me a lot of money, and I don't even use it. See, that's the thing about college, man. I feel like I loved college for like the social experience.
Yeah.
As far as academics, I just feel like nobody really has to be smart to do college. You just got to know how to study and memorize shit.
Yes.
But yeah, would I do that again? No, never. Would I go back to kick it? Yes, absolutely. And to build relationships, absolutely. That's what I wish I would have did more of when I was in college, was actually stay my ass on campus and hung out with people and built like relationships and friendships with people, because I realized like life really is about who you are connected with and who you know. It's not about if you got a 3.0 or 4.0. That sounds good, but
yeah,
knowing people is the real value.
Yeah, it is because I was talking to this guy, and because this is when I was doing Lyft, and I picked him up or whatever, and he was just talking about his life or whatever, and I'm like, he's like, yeah, I do XXYZ job, and I'm like, how'd you get the job? He said, oh yeah, well, you know what I'm saying, I dropped out of college, but my roommate, you know what I'm saying, he started working at the business at HR, and I'm like, and so he hired me on, and now, you know what I'm saying, I'm higher up in the company than he is. He's still the head of HR, but he's like, he's VP of some mess. I was like, hold on, you're the dropout and you're the VP. I was like, yo, I'm out, bro.
Somebody lied to us.
Oh yeah, they did. It's a scam, man. Low key scam.
No, but I do suggest people who have to, like doctors and stuff. Yes, I want you to go to college.
Yeah,
but I think there was a degree for like poetry. What? Why are we going to school for poetry? You better go look this shit up. Read some books. But definitely got some degrees that I think are completely purposeless. Like, who thought of that?
Somebody that wanted to make money. It's a business at the end of the day. It's a business.
It is. It really is. So,
go ahead.
Make me jealous. That's what's happening, huh? I'm jealous of them as business people.
Man. Yeah. And that's pretty much what I've been doing now, is just like trying to making more connections, because like you don't know who knows who and how they know them. Like, you'll be very impressed.
Yeah. Have you ever had an experience where you got something or was able to elevate just because of somebody you knew?
Yeah, but I can't talk about it yet because it hasn't happened all the way yet. I can't talk about it. I've only told one person on planet Earth. But I'll talk about it after it happens. Like, no, I can't.
Oh, it's in the
It's
making.
in the it's in the making, and I'm not gonna mess it up by talking about it. So I'm just gonna just let it be.
Be quiet then. Let's be
Yeah,
quiet.
yeah.
Look, it definitely has happened for me. I'll say like last year in November, I quit my job. I was working as the arts and education program manager for
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas, and I decided I was going to do my thing full time. Which I have a business called Seven of Arts, where I basically offer creative based professional and personal development. Like I just love working with people and teaching them how to work together as a team and work on
Mm-hmm.
communication and conflict resolution. But anyway, when I quit, I literally, first of all, I was crazy as hell. I didn't have no plan lined up. I didn't have no 3 months of rent and bills saved up. I just really jumped out there on faith. No contracts, no nothing. And what helped me catapult into what I'm doing is a connection that I had with somebody that I worked with years ago. She brought me on, and I was able to get on a multi-month contract based on that relationship. And from that relationship, I've been able to do so many other things and work
Mm-hmm.
with the school districts. Like when I tell you connections are important, because what I offer, some of the things I've never done. Like I'll tell people, yeah, I work with corporations and do this and the third, and I've never done it
Mm-hmm.
before. I believe I can. So when somebody book me, I'm definitely going to show up. Matter of fact, I had a
Mm-hmm.
friend, his name is Jimmy Warren. Shout out to Jimmy. He works
Mm-hmm.
with a Fortune 500 company, and he recommended me for some services. And this was my first time working like on that caliber with a big well-known company. Like they had me sign
Mm-hmm.
NDAs and everything. And when I did the workshop with them, it turned out so good, and it was very transformational for me, because first of all, I got to work with a different group of people, so I got to exercise my skill set in a different kind of way. But
Mm-hmm.
I just said that to say, like, man, them people wouldn't have known about me if I didn't have no friend that was up there in the mix and in the circle. So
Yeah.
you want to be around people who gonna put your name in rooms that's gonna help you elevate. So you
Yes.
have to be connected.
Yeah, yeah. If your friends ain't trying to help you elevate, like it's one thing for your friends to like, oh, like your posts or whatever. Like miss me with that. I can do without people that's liking my posts. Like honestly, I don't care if you like my posts or whatever. Sharing it is cool, but if you actually finna like elevate me and like say, yo, bro, I got this for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, come over here to this event. Come over here and do this, do that, like that. Those are the type of people that you want in your circle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the thing I'm talking about now, like the homie, she hit me up. She like, yo, you're coming to this. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? Like, matter of fact, okay, one thing I can speak on is what's her name? Dominique, she's the manager for Trap House, Moosey, and somebody else, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's the reason I got my first like media gig. But the irony is, right, I couldn't make it. I ended up not being able to make it. Now, catch this though. Catch this though.
Yeah.
My name is now, and my stuff, my business is now in like the PR machine and all that stuff. Like I'm still plugged in. So I
Right.
still get all the emails, and people go, okay, hey, we want to promote this particular thing. Hey, can we come on your show? What's your availability?
Yeah.
Like, so now I'm getting those emails, and it's all because I chose, you know what I'm saying, I reached out to her and I interviewed like all her artists. Like if I wouldn't have done that, you know what I'm saying, that piece on my part,
Mm-hmm.
like that wouldn't have never happened. You know what I'm saying?
See, I love that for you, because it just made me think about this concept that my friend Tierney Scott actually introduced me to, which was the $1 Million Squad.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lady, she wrote a book on it. But anyway, we talk about the $1 Million Squad. It's like, man, who do you have in your network, in your circle, that can help you elevate? And not only just, them helping you, but how can you help other people too? Because a lot of times we always thinking about what we can get and what we can take and what we can extract from somebody else. But it's like, what value can you bring to the table too, to curate you a space where you have your $1 Million Squad? So you had somebody who was able to put your name in a circuit for some big opportunities. That lady, whoever did that for you, she's a part of your $1 Million Squad. And that's why I do what I do with my organization, the Melanin Land, which is a
Mm-hmm.
empowerment group, where the sole purpose of every event I do is to literally bring women together to not only feel cute and beautiful, dressed up in all their shades of browns and nudes, but it's to help them network and build their $1 million squad. So when we do these events, I'm giving you these bingo cards and I'm helping you generate conversation to help facilitate communication with new women who you can add to your network, who can help you on your journey, whether that be personally or professionally. So at these events, you get to find you a new travel buddy, a new business bestie, a brunch pal, a content creator friend, a mom friend. There's just so much opportunity in like connecting with people. And something that somebody else told me that has always stuck with me, which was what's that man named David Banner? I was at
Yeah.
the and he said, man, y'all always trying to network up because y'all think somebody gonna pull you up and just take you to the next level, which very well could happen. But he said what you need to be doing is networking across, looking to the people beside you who are just as and are wanting to build something because y'all together can create magic. So I just see so much
Yeah.
value in connecting with people and connecting with humans, like being in conversation with somebody. I literally have a friend right now. All we do is talk, but so much comes from that, like being able to be in conversation with somebody about your dreams and your goals and your aspirations, because it gives you space to think out loud, and you might have an epiphany about something just by talking out loud, or that person could offer you one thought that could literally elevate you in a major way. Matter of fact, the Melanin Land came from me being in conversation with my business bestie. Shout out to Yamina Cummings. And it manifested into something so beautiful because me and her, we came together, we were in conversation, decided we were going to collaborate on this effort. And when it happened, like, I just knew, I'm like, man, this is of God. This event is of God. Like, the Melanin Land is, man, it was given to me from God. So hey, please understand, y'all gonna see us everywhere this season.
Yeah, and I want to congratulate you on that because I seen when you first were like, yo, you know what I'm saying? So I'm quitting my job. Like I seen the post and I'm like, oh, okay, she crazy. She gonna do it. Like she like no. But the reason why I say that is you got to be a certain type of crazy to actually make it. You know what I'm saying? Because what you're up against, like the forces that because what you're doing is not a standard lifestyle. It's not a standard lifestyle choice. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be a little crazy. You have to be a little bit like risk adverse to where you're like, I don't care. Like I'm jumping. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay, we're gonna go do that. Like the building's on fire. You gonna run in? Yes, we're going in there. Like we finna go, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to be that type of way. And so I want to commend you on that because not a lot of people are willing to do that. And then on top of that, you know what I'm saying, going out and like doing it in the different places that you already have done it. Like I'm gonna commend you on that. I seen everything. I was like, yo, I'm like, because in my head, I was like, yo, I gotta get her on my podcast one day, but I just hadn't asked you yet. And then it was ironic. You put that post up, and I was like, oh, today's the day. I'm gonna ask.
Look, well, I'm glad to be here for real. So thank you. I received that compliment. Oh my gosh. Let me go ahead and give myself a pat on the back because sometimes it'd be hard to receive compliments. So I appreciate that. I just really appreciate that. And that's funny you say, that you feel like, you gotta be a certain kind of crazy to jump out there and do something like this. And literally, one of the sermons that I listened to that helped me like just go ahead and say, fuck it and jump out there was this one by Mike Todd called Bamboo Season, and he was talking about how you have to have crazy faith like to pursue your dreams and goals because the things that you want, like I ain't never laid my eyes on it for real. I just got this thought, I got this feeling that it might be something that I can do and that I can achieve, but you do have to be a certain level of crazy to pursue that because you do come up against so many self-limiting beliefs. Oh my God. You come up against fear, you come up against adversity, challenges, instability. You come up against everything that you're scared of. Matter of fact, when you jump out on faith and do anything, it's going to introduce you to the real you. You're going to find out who you are for real.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes you're going to find out that you lazy as fuck. You actually just be talking and you just be capping about the things that you want because you want to sound good. It's gonna let you know that you can't you don't even know how to manage your money well. You don't have no good sense. you ain't got no determination. Like, it's gonna introduce you to it's gonna make you have to face who you really are and actually work on it. So I just know for myself in this season, I've been introduced to myself in a real way. I know that I struggle extremely with self-limiting beliefs and extreme feelings of inadequacy, and I have to really go deep inside myself and ask, where did that come from? And it came from childhood.
Mm,
And now I'm able to identify what makes me feel that way. Now every day I gotta show up and work on undoing and unlearning that shit, because it's not a 1 day process. Every day I have to combat those feelings. But
mhm.
the way that it came to me, that feeling didn't happen overnight. So getting rid of it is not gonna happen overnight either. But when you make a conscious choice to show up and fight that, man, can't nobody touch
Right.
you, you know?
Right. Because since we're on that line of thinking, like, so what I wanted to say was like in in doing it, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, just to agree with you, like in doing it, you learn everything you need to learn about doing it.
Yes.
There's no quick help YouTube. There's no quick help, like trying like these do these quick things to da 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 da. Like if you do all those, let's say you do every quick way up possible, you
Yep.
don't build the character necessary to stay there.
Ooh.
You don't build the character necessary to stay there. You know what I'm saying? Like through just myself, just through doing this podcast, like for as long as I've been doing it, like I've learned now everything that, and I always I always say this all the time, like, man, I wish I would have known it back then. But I'm like, no, I'm glad I didn't know that back then, because I was able to take the raw lessons from it and
Yep.
learn more about myself. Because if I would have known about it, then I would have just band-aided it. You know what I'm saying? I never would have addressed the root issue of why I am that way, or
Mm.
why this situation went that way. Um, and I think it's a lot of self-analyzing. And I think even when you hear like criticism, you know what I'm saying? Like for instance, like, you know what I'm saying? You'll hear stuff like, "Oh man, your event could have been better," or this da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna hear that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna hear like for instance, Machi, "Oh, your show sucks right now." Blah blah blah. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Because I watched Marlon Wayans on the Breakfast Club, and he
Yeah.
was like, "I'm okay with sucking right now because I'm gonna be nice later." You
There
know
we
what
go.
I'm saying? I'm gonna be real nice later. And then he's like, "You're not gonna be able to touch me." He's like,
Mm.
I'm in year
Ooh.
whatever it is of doing this." He's like, I'm cold." He said, "You can't touch me, and you know it now." You know what I'm saying? Back then you could have messed with me. He said, "But now you're not even touch to me because I've
Mm.
been doing it." You know what I'm saying? And that's the only way you're gonna get better is to do it. You know what I'm saying? And you can simply just relate it to sports. If you don't ever pick up a basketball and dribble, you're never gonna go to the NBA. Like it's that simple. If you don't play any games, you don't go to the NBA. You have to go play. You have to go practice. You have to be in the gym. If you're not doing it, you know what I'm saying? Whatever your gym is, you know what I'm saying? So whether you're
Mm.
an artist, whether you're a writer, whether you're a podcaster like myself, content creator, you have to go in the gym. You have to do it. Like I have on YouTube, I've done over 1,000 videos, right?
Wow.
That's 1,000 either successes or failures. Mostly failures. So let's just say it's about 800 failures. Those are all learning opportunities. All of them are learning opportunities. To where now I'm making way better stuff, and I'm in a way better direction and a better path. If I never would have made, like, let's say half of those videos, let's say I only made 400. That's 400 lessons I'm down,
Ooh, come on, somebody.
right?
It's
And
great at it.
mhm. And you got to learn from your successes too. Don't get cocky just because you could have
Don't
done that better. You could have done that better. Even though it was successful, you could have done it better, and you need to analyze it. And that's
exactly.
that's something I learned from um a Kobe seminar. He was like, "No, I go back and watch the game footage of the games I won too, because I messed up during that game."
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, "Damn." I'm like, "Okay." So I'm like, I gotta go back to the videos that I did do good, and I gotta see what I could have done better. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And yeah, it's just stuff like that.
Man, I like that you said that too about you never know what something is going to be until you get started, and how he said that, he's okay with sucking because in a couple of years when he gets some experience on him, you're not gonna be able to touch him. And that's the problem with a lot of people. We're afraid to get started because we're afraid that it's not gonna be perfect. Somebody's
Mm-hmm.
not gonna tune in, somebody's not gonna come, somebody's not gonna show up, people are not gonna understand, they're gonna talk about you, laugh at you.
Mm-hmm.
People are so afraid of that they allow it to keep them from activating on what God has given them. If
Yes.
I allow myself to sit in my fear, because I get scared before I do every event. I have all those basic questions that everybody have. Like, I'm scared, damn, or
Mm-hmm.
have enough money to cover everything? Are the people actually going to show up? Are people going to have a good time? Those thoughts, they flood my mind constantly, but I don't allow myself to sit there, because if I did, I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
be able to create the spaces and the transformations for people that I've been able to do. So it's okay to be fearful, but it's not okay to let that fear smother you and keep you hindered in one place. You have to take a risk. And even with you saying that earlier about like being risk adverse, so my degree at UCA, it's a bachelor's of business administration, but I majored in insurance and risk management. And
Mm-hmm.
with that whole risk management degree field, like all the classes that I took, they talk to us constantly about how to manage risk. How can you put pillows in place to catch you when you fall? Because falling is inevitable. You're gonna fall. You're gonna make some mistakes, but how can
Mm-hmm.
you curve that fall? What can you put in place that's gonna help you? Um, that's gonna catch you. But you got to be willing to risk something in order to gain anything. So man, this whole journey has just been, such an experience. So I just love, seeing people who who push themselves to do more and be more. Because like you said, you can only learn after you do. And there's some
Mm-hmm.
stuff you can't even fucking prepare for. Like, you can go read everything you want on the internet,
Yep.
but when it's time to apply it, shit is gonna be different.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Man, I can't tell you how many times I had something planned out thoroughly in my head. Matter of fact, with the Melanin Land, um, a big part of it is we do a photo shoot segment. Now, here lately, I've been having just one photographer, so it's like you got 100 women and one photographer. Girl, what you gonna do to make this effective? Like, how we gonna be able to manage the time so that we get everybody to get in a shot in the photo.
Mm-hmm.
So me and my team, we've come up with 3 different systems on how to rotate these ladies and make the time faster. And each time we learn, like, okay, this could have went better, or like, oh, this absolutely don't work, or yeah, this one actually worked, but we just need to do this next time. But
Mm-hmm.
again, we tried to plan for it. Did it work out how we thought it would? No, but we
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't have known if we wouldn't have tried.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
gotta try.
Yeah. Yeah. I fully agree with that, man. Like, you gotta try. You gotta just do it. Like, just go out there, do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't put like the like, if you're gonna go out there and do it right, you're gonna fall. Okay.
Yeah.
Just accept the fact you're going to fall, and you're gonna fall on your face.
Yep.
It's inevitable. It's inevitable. You're going to fall, and you're gonna fall on your face.
Exactly. Hey, Denzel Washington said, if you fall, try to land on your back, because if you can. No, Les Brown said this. I'm sorry. He said, if you fall, try to land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 That's good. That's good right there. That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
that's
That's
good.
good.
Major gems dropped.
Mm-hmm.
So just
Yeah.
try it. Whatever it is, just try it. I mean, unless it's something that you don't need to try, like Coke. I wouldn't suggest trying that.
Oh my God, dude, that people weird, man. People weird because I've went out lately, and like I've been seeing more and more people doing it. I was like, first of all,
More and more
that
people
man's doing coke. Like, I'm like,
like
look, I'm
Coca
like,
Cola, or
no, I'm talking about that white girl. I'm talking about what
they've
Snow.
been playing with their
Yes,
nipples.
yes, yeah. And the thing is, like, I'm like, look, y'all, that drug is first of all, the drug is expensive. Okay, it's not like it's cheap. It's expensive. I ain't got time to be playing with y'all. Okay, I got bills to pay. Like,
Right.
this could never be my habit. It's how much for, huh? Nah, I'm good. Like, that don't even sound good. That's one.
And that's crazy. It always make me think about Whitney Houston, that whole line. I don't smoke crack. Crack is whack. I done made too much money to ever smoke crack. So I recently learned, that crack and coke are two different things. So apparently
Mm-hmm.
crack is like low quality, coke is high quality. And I'm not gonna tell you a story. Like growing up, I just always thought like tooting powder was like a white people thing.
Yeah.
But I've been seeing more and more colored folks participating in said activities, and that's been blowing my mind.
Mhm. Oh yeah, a lot more here than you think. Like especially here in California, like I've been impressed. Like I'm like, and I'm saying impressed in the worst way possible. I'm like, oh y'all are really out here like this.
Y'all cokeheads. I
Like
see
that's
anybody.
crazy. I'm like y'all down bad.
Look, I just got my head. I'm like, damn, you a crackhead. I remember I went out on a date with this guy, and we were at this place called Cypress Social. We were
Hmm.
talking, and I forgot how we rolled into this conversation, and he was just like, "Yeah, I did a line of coke before I came in here." I was like, "Oh wow." So I would have never known. But when he said that afterwards, I'm like, "Damn, I missed all the signs. I missed all the signs because he did kept doing this."
Yeah.
I didn't notice. I didn't notice though, but
Yeah.
apparently, when they take it only lasts for a little while. So I guess it's not like an extended high.
Hmm.
That blew
Yeah.
my. I'm not interested in it because I just,
I
I
ain't.
I come from a certain kind of family, and I just know the first time I toot some powder, I'm gonna be a crackhead. Okay,
Oh my god.
I'm not even taking a chance.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Like for me, my mindset is like I know somebody that did it the first time and they died. So I can't mess with it. Like I'm never gonna touch it. I'm
Well,
like they're like no, but it's like somebody was trying to explain to me like no, but that's not normally how that goes. Blah 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 blah. They probably had. I don't care what the scenario was. Why would I want to put something in my nose and die? That doesn't sound good. Your
look,
nose, your nose,
it
it
sounds,
just a little gone.
look,
I
I'm
got
not,
that.
I got a confession.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say I grew up around drugs, like drugs were definitely not unfamiliar to me. I knew people that sold drugs, that were on drugs, and functioning crackheads, weed heads, all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Pill addicts. That's just what I grew up around. And I remember when I was at elementary, oh my God,
Mm-hmm.
I have a cousin and a stepbrother. They used to sniff powder. And and I'm gonna come back to that. But anyway, when
Okay.
in elementary, I remember seeing my cousin and my stepbrother. They would come in our house and get a plate, and they would go sit in the car, and they would like sniff this powder off plates, right? And I remember one day after seeing it, me and my brother tried to sniff some Kool-Aid in an attempt to imitate that, and I just always thought that was crazy. So I just want y'all to know I was almost a crackhead. Like I was almost. Now I do have a question though. Is
Mhm.
powder and cocaine the same thing?
Um. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, it can be. It can be the same thing. Can be. There's other powders out there, but it can be the same thing. Um. Don't ask me how I know
I'm
this,
about to say you sound like you
but
real.
they can. No, I'm just been.
Well,
Yeah. I'm out here. I'm out here in the streets. I've seen a lot of things. I've
say
seen a lot of things.
no more.
So yeah, they can be the same thing, but sometimes it's a whole other stuff, and I'm just like, yo, y'all just hey, y'all stay safe. I'm gonna sit my crown over here.
No, no, real talk. And I just feel like people who I've seen this a lot. A lot of people that I have known that said they did coke, and it surprised me because I'm like, you don't. In my mind, if you do coke, you just like you're crackhead. Like you don't
Mhm.
function, you stealing stuff and all that. But there's people who do these drugs, and you just would never know unless they literally told you. But I I've seen a lot of people who do that though. They didn't grow up around drugs, and I think for me, because I grew up around it and I seen how it affected people, it just
Mhm.
pushed me away from it. But you do have some people too who repeat that same cycle. But for the most part, I do know Like those people that I've witnessed who talk about, really indulging things like coke, like they ain't never just been around nobody who's on drugs for real. Because when that gets imprinted in your mind at a young age, it's like an automatic no for you. Like it's immediately. I'm not doing it because I don't want to steal the car. I don't want to be letting the drug dealers borrow the car. I don't want to be stealing the family's rent money. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do none of this. So I'm just gonna stay away because I think addiction run in my family, and I'm not gonna test the waters. I'm good.
I don't even know if addiction run in my family like that. All I know is Smooth ain't doing it. Smooth is good over here. Like I'm good because I don't want to be that codependent on anything. Like
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of, oh, I can't do this without that. Like,
Mm.
no, I want to have options available to where I can still function and still do it. I feel like it takes away some of your options and you become limited and you become like really narrow minded. And the next day, the next thing you're worried about isn't, you know what I'm saying, isn't the next Melanin land. It ain't the next podcast for me. It's the next, hit. It's the next high. Like that's not good. You know what I'm saying? And you're chasing an illusion at the end of the day. You're chasing an illusion.
Yeah, some people want to maintain that control. Like drugs, it'll. I don't know. I feel like it takes away your control. But you got a lot of people who they do indulge in it because they don't want to be in control. Maybe they have to manage everyday life, or they're the head of the family. And some people just want to not be in control. And I can see that being a thing, but it's a hard no for me.
Yeah. That's a no for
I
me, dog.
remember of SOS and YES. What's that? Snap out smoking and youth extinguishing smoking. I
Hmm.
not.
Yeah. I will say, like, the Dare program, I don't think that helped people. Like,
Dear,
Dare program, like when they used to come into school and it showed you the drugs and all that stuff. I don't think that helped some people. Like the way that they did it, I think that was more so educational. Because I'm pretty sure I seen a kid in the back taking notes. Like I don't think it helped a lot of people
it didn't really.
because like they're like, oh, if you do this, you go to jail. Like plenty of people go to jail and they get out. Like you're not helping a kid visualize what it's actually doing to your life.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? I think what would have been
yeah.
a more impactful program in the 90s is to actually like have people and show them like literally this is where
Mm,
they were at in life. This is what they were doing. And if you can bring that person in, it's even better. You know what I'm saying? You show the video of the person's life and then you bring the person in and have them talk about it. I'm telling you, it'll mess you up. It'll
it
mess you up.
real. I'm glad you said that too because I do remember those cookie cutter programs, where they were trying to educate you on the dangers of it, which, for the most part, like you said, it did educate, but did it keep a lot of people from doing it? Maybe not. I don't know the fucking results on that. But I remember when I was going to Mapleville Middle School, they had they had a program called Abstinence by Choice that we had to take, which was a
Mhm.
program promoting that you stay abstinent from sex until marriage. And literally at the end of this program, they gave us a card. It was our V card, and we are supposed to save it till marriage. And now that I think about it, now I'm like, man, that was actually crazy. They was really teaching us that instead of just teaching people how to be safe because people are going to do it. They're going to do it. These kids are going to do it. And especially kids now, they exposed to so much more. It's just like, man,
Mhm.
you got to tell them, hey, don't do it. But at the same time, you got to give them some real education because it's something
Facts.
we can't prevent it, we can't block. So if you send them in ignorant, it's just going to produce some consequences that we really don't want to see. That's really the crazy part about life because even when they was teaching us this abstinence by choice stuff, like, no, man, yeah, okay, cool, yeah, I got my V card to my wallet,
Mhm.
but people were still out there popping coochie,
Yeah. They had to be.
licking booty, playing with titties, putting fingers in vaginas.
Oh my
It was
god.
no. It would have behooved them to tell us, hey, don't let somebody put set fingers in your vajayjay with dirty fingers because it might throw off your pH balance, or you can't be over there licking and sucking on everything because you might get mono and die. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just so much more that could have been done, but I think they did the best they could with what they had, with whatever grant money they got from the state at that time.
Yeah. I feel like they were just more so like just trying to check a box. It was like, okay, all right. Did we tell you about this? Yes,
Yep.
check. Like, did we warn you of the dangers? Check. All right, cool.
Absolutely.
Get back to passing these math class because we got grade standards. We got standardized testing standards to meet. Um,
Absolutely.
but you brought up something interesting about, like, you know what I'm saying, like the digital, like, world that we're living in,
Mhm.
because with like you see like TikTok and now reels on Instagram and
Yeah.
shorts on YouTube and all that. Everyone's attention span has gotten smaller and
Yes.
smaller. Like, and I don't think they even realize it. Like me as a and I think you can attest to it too. You know what I'm saying? As 90s babies, we're like we've seen the transition, so we can kind of go, oh, wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, I'm changing in a bad way. You know what I'm saying? I'm not catching certain details that I should catch. And I think what we're seeing now is people's attention to detail is
Hmm.
leaving. People's ability to rationalize a complete thought, you know what I'm saying, with thinking about everything in full context is leaving. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Everybody just wants to be first and everybody's just saying stuff. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And then it's like we'll figure it out on the back end. You
Yep.
know.
Yeah, this digital world is crazy. Like, I realized too, my attention span is short because I'll get to watching something and I'm like, in the first 6 seconds, I'm like, man, this is going slow.
Right.
Like, Sam, you only been on here 6 seconds, but I'm like, man, you need to entertain me in the first two. If you don't, then I'm out.
Right.
But this digital age that the kids are being raised up in, like, I go back to when they were teaching us the abstinence thing. Like, yeah, that sounds good to y'all, but that's not where society is. So instead of trying to push on us these historical beliefs, go to where they are and teach us some pertinent information that we need to know. And the same thing I feel like with the digital world, it's evolving to where I believe everything is going to be completely digital, ran by robots and everything. So it's like we have to plan for the unintended consequences that it's going to have on the youth, especially. We know that it's going to affect their social skills, their ability to think creatively and problem solve on their own. So it's like, how can we go to where they are though to help them mitigate that possibility? So even with my niece, I have to remind her and tell her too,
Mhm.
everything you see on the internet is not real, it's not true. A lot of people are doing things for entertainment. So in efforts to help her maintain her own ability to make decisions for herself and decipher through what's true and false, I have to let her know, everything that you run across, you always want to fact check, because some people, and I see a lot of adults now, so this is mainly why I'm worried about kids. Just
Mhm.
because they've seen something posted on the shade room or on the internet, they automatically take it to be true without even going to do their own research. And that's
Mhm.
one of those things where I feel like the digital media can really have a negative impact on the minds of the youth, because
Mhm.
if they don't know that, hey, just because it's right there don't mean it's real and that you need to go check behind it, they can live a life based on misinformation, you
Yep.
know? And matter of fact, it wasn't even until I got to college that I started to question everything and be skeptical, because growing up in the South, the Bible Belt, I've been taught not to question things, not to question God, just to listen, don't talk back, because
Mhm.
asking a question to your parents is talking back. So it's just take
Mhm.
what you're given. So in my mind, I subconsciously adopted the belief to believe anything my superior told me was true. So if it
Mhm.
was a pastor, if it was my mama, if it was a teacher, if they said 2 plus 2 was 6, then that's what it was. If they said the sky was red, that was the truth. I never questioned anything until I got to college, and I was taking two different classes. And one class was telling me something that conflicted with the other one. They trying to tell us how America started and who founded it. So it's like how I'm being taught two different things. Now I got to ask myself which
Mhm.
is truth and which one is false. I don't know, because first of all, I was not there when whoever found what they said they found. So
Yep.
now I got to go do my own research and decide what is true for me. In this life, you have to decide what is your truth, and you just cannot base it off what somebody else told you. You know, even if somebody told you something that you can believe, if you didn't try to go do the research on your own to confirm that, then you're in a bad space because
Mhm.
people interpret life based on their perspective and their life experiences, which can be
Mhm.
completely different from yours. So when that preacher get up there and he telling you, "Oh yeah, this Bible verse means that you need to give 10% of the tithe," and that was his interpretation. Okay, what if you read it and you believe that tithing 10% means giving 10% of your time to those in need? Who's to say which one is right and which one is wrong? What you want to do is though always base your life on what resonates with you,
Mm.
feels good to you. Because if you do believe in, the idea of heaven and hell, God, Christianity, and all of that, you want your decision to be based on what you felt to be right. Because I always said this to myself, man, I would hate to end up in hell because I was sitting there following up behind everything somebody else said because I felt like they were the chosen one, like they were closer to God than me. You have to
Mhm.
build a relationship with these higher powers or anything. But overall, what I'm saying is find your own truth. Okay? You have to.
Yeah, and in that quest to find your own truth, be open to being wrong, okay? Just I
Ooh,
there's not too many people on the internet now
big.
that will openly say, "You know what? Hey, after further review, I was wrong." You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? Like for instance, I did an episode a while back. Well, it wasn't an episode, it was just a video on are black people Jews, right? So you know what I'm saying? I just kind of gathered up my information and I said, I just presented an argument for it. I didn't say whether or not it was true. I just presented an argument. I proceeded to actually offend like an actual Jew from Israel, right?
Yeah.
So, and he's like going off in the comments. He's just going and going and going in the comments. He's just going. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, that's cool. So what I did was on episode 176, I brought him on. I said, you know what?
Mhm.
I'm like, if I'm wrong, cool. You know what I'm saying? If I don't know my historical facts, if I don't know everything there is about being a Jew, I probably don't. You're from there. You live there. You tell me now. You tell me now. And then now it's my job to go validate what you said. But I
Yeah.
can't tell you your experience is wrong because you actually lived it. That's
Yeah.
the same way if somebody not black was trying to tell me about being black. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at you crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the same way he was looking at me, that's how I interpreted
Mhm.
everything, like why he was going off as passionate as he was. I said, okay, this is clearly him, this is clearly his culture. I'd be going off the same way if I was black and somebody else was saying stuff about black people. So I'm like, let him get his stuff off. Let me give him a platform to where we can talk in full context because context is lost. You over 100 comments, context is lost. Somebody then got offended somewhere. Somebody you missed a comment somewhere. Like there's a lot of lines to read.
It
Be
is.
open to having dialogue with other people, okay, and be open to being wrong.
That's powerful. Be open to being wrong. So speaking of that, I got a question, and I hope you get it right.
Okay.
Is Wingstop good or nasty?
We, oh my god.
Yes.
We,
Pick
Wingstop
one.
is
Nasty.
Wingstop
Good.
Wingstop is good, okay?
Wow.
But here's my small caveat. Every flavor ain't good. There's some flavors on there you should not be ordering, okay?
Like what?
Unless you go to a very specific Wingstop that knows how to do it correctly. But most of them don't.
This sound like a lot. Now, what flavors do you say are good?
So for me, barbecue, Louisiana rub, that one turns out pretty good most of the time. It's just now if somebody makes the mistake of because they toss the wings in butter or whatever, right? Or some sauce to kind of get the season to stick on there, right? Makes sense. It's not that's not crazy. But what happens is some people are lazy and so they end up pouring you like the butter in with it, right? And that's what happens with the lemon pepper ones. Like they end up really wet for no reason. They shouldn't be that wet. It shouldn't be soggy. Like I shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like I shouldn't be drinking lemon pepper. You know what I'm
Look,
saying? I should be just eating chicken.
no,
I didn't ask for
that's
lemon pepper sauce. I
terrible.
said seasoning.
No, see, now I do know you can get them wet or dry,
I don't think
but
they
I
be
like
paying
the lemon
attention.
pepper period because when you eat something, you're getting ready to eat something sour, and it's like you get this feeling back here.
Hmm.
when I eat those wings, that's what happens, and I'm like, I just don't feel like that's right. Why does it
Wait,
feel like I'm
what,
eating
what,
lemon?
what wings you getting?
Huh?
What wings you eating again? The
Lemon
lemon pepper?
pepper.
Yay,
It's
something wrong. Something wrong. Maybe your seasoning is from like 5 years ago. I don't know. But I would say don't get the lemon pepper. Like I don't eat the lemon pepper. The only person I know that eats the lemon pepper is freaking Rick Ross. That's it. Like he's the only person.
wings.
Yeah,
No,
he's the only person I know that still eats lemon pepper. Like
no.
I'm eating all the other. I'm eating other stuff. There's another one too that's pretty good, but I just can't remember it offhand. But I know Louisiana rub is my go-to because that one always turns out right for the most part, and barbecue is my go-to because it's
Look,
barbecue sauce.
look,
Like, huh?
you're wrong. You
I'm
gotta be
wrong.
open. You gotta be open to the fact that you're wrong.
Oh my god! Oh, the fact that I'm wrong about lemon pepper or
Wingstop
what?
is a flop. Okay.
I mean, hey, they keep opening new locations. I don't know who. I don't know how. It's almost like it's like Arby's, right? I don't know who's keeping Arby's open. I've never seen a car in front of Arby's. I've never seen. See. I, I'm like, who's eating this food? Now, granted, their seasoned fries are pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Their chicken tenders ain't bad, but that's just two things on the menu. I don't know anybody that say, "Yo, I got this Arby's sandwich." Like I've never seen an Arby's sandwich in real life.
Oh, me either. Oh my god. Cause I get the wraps from there, like a chicken wrap.
Yeah.
Wow.
See?
And
See?
they got the meats. So
They got the meats, but who's ordering the meat? Because I ain't seen no I ain't seen no I ain't even seen the meat in real life. I
dang,
seen memes about the meat, but I ain't never seen it.
dang. Now I gotta go get a sandwich from Arby's at this point.
Yeah. Somebody got to. It ain't gonna be me.
We gotta get in real life. Do
Man,
y'all have Arby's in Cali?
yeah, we got Arby's. We got
Okay,
Arby's.
cool.
And it be open. Don't a soul be there, but it be open. I'm like, yo, who is eating here? Who's ordering food from y'all? Who's keeping y'all open?
Who's doing this?
Yeah. And like they opened up a new location. I was like, now nobody was at the other one, and nobody's at the one before that. You telling me further down the freeway somebody changed their mind and go eat Arby's?
This is what it is. It's really a cover up.
It gotta be. Look, it gotta be. They gotta be moving drugs or something.
It's a cover up. Come on,
Gotta be.
tell them, make it make sense.
Yeah, gotta be. They gotta be like secretly like investing well in other companies and stuff, and they're just open just to be open.
Yeah, just to be in the community.
Mm-hmm.
So I have another question.
Yeah, hit me.
Shipley's or Krispy Kreme?
All right, look. Anybody that
What?
says Krispy Kreme, anybody that says Krispy Kreme, you're bugging. You're tripping. Okay, you clearly ain't been. You clearly ain't been nowhere. Okay, like the hierarchy is like Shipley's is at the top, and there's this other donut spot. I don't even know what it's called no more. But in my travels, I went there. It was really good. It was really good. Then there's Daylight Donut. Daylight Donut is straight. Like
Yes, I like them.
yeah, Daylight Donuts is straight. And then somewhere at the very bottom of processed cardboard is Krispy
There.
Kreme.
Yes. I don't know. I feel like Krispy Kreme, like they got good marketing. Like it looks cute. It looks beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the donuts. Send
Mm-hmm.
it to the trash, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Because what is this? What is this stick of butter? What is this concoction that y'all put together? It looks so pretty, but the taste has fallen on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good job. You got that one right. Now, my last question is, do you eat chillins?
No, who look,
Don't be shy.
no, I don't even like smelling them. If I smell them in the crib, I want to leave. Like I want to leave.
They've been cooked where you live before.
I mean, yeah, my grandparents
Did you eat some?
no,
You
I
never.
didn't eat it. No, it smelled too bad. I wanted to throw up.
What did it smell like?
Look, it smelled like seasoned ass. Seasoned ass is what it smelled like.
Ass.
Seasoned ass.
Seasoned asshole. Look, I did tell people like if you eat chillins, I know you would eat people.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
mean, I gotta be honest, man. I've dibbled and dabbled in chitlins before. It's just probably
Mm.
after the third bite, I'm just like, man, this something's not right about this. I have to stop. I think somebody
Yeah,
somebody.
you have to stop and go get the hot sauce and put it on there. That's what you stop and do. You stop and go get the hot sauce.
Dang, but that's crazy, man. And when I'm fully processing what chitlins are, it's
Mhm.
intestines, and people they squeeze the shit out of the intestines and boil them and put them in potatoes and season them
Yeah.
and eat
People
them.
people ate that because there wasn't anything else to eat, okay? Guess what now? We got all the other parts of the pig, okay?
Hey,
I,
you put
I I'm more accepting of people eating pig feet. I'm people that just eat ham. Look, I know I don't eat pig feet either, but like ham, you know what I'm saying? That's fine. You want to eat ham? You want to get you some bacon? That's fine. You want to make you a pork chop? That is excellent. Bacon and pork chops are excellent, okay? You want to make you a little pork loin? Cool, that's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? With the gravy. But you telling me you reached into the pig and you pulled out the intestine and was like, yo, whatever he ate, I'm eating it too. That don't sound good to me.
yeah. I mean, when you put it like that, it just sounds so disgusting. But hey, people love chitlins. They said, yeah, they eat people. Mm. They eat seasoned ass.
Yeah, even that. Look, that I'll never forget that smell. I know that smell from a mile away. From a mile away. There's still people on my grandma's block to this day that still religiously cook chitlins. And I'm like, yo, what is wrong with y'all? Like,
My
we
family,
we are better than this. We are better than this.
you can
Like, do you want a long life? Just
look.
throw
Like,
it away.
look, I was talking to my mama yesterday, and she actually told me like the price of a bucket of chitlins has went up. It used to be like $4.99 when she was younger, and
Mhm.
she said like a bucket the other day she seen was $17. Talk about inflation.
How you got
Inflation.
inflation on something don't nobody want?
Look, it's obviously in demand if they're still selling it. I know what that bucket look like too. That red bucket or that little
Mhm.
flat sheet of chitlins. But hey, somebody keeping them in business, man. Definitely. Somebody's keeping the business of pig intestines alive and well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It ain't me. And it ain't gonna be me or my future generation. That's stopped. That is ceased and desist. We're leaving that. That eating chitlins is a generational curse. I need y'all to break it, okay? I need y'all to break that curse. That is not good food. That is not good for you.
Look, our generation, I feel like we so woke. You know
Mhm.
what? I feel like where we are now, we're them people that are like on the cusp. Like we seen the transformation, so it's like we're on both sides. Like, yeah, I know that shit not good for me, but I like it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I feel like we're in a weird, very, very, very weird spot when it comes to the technology age. Because
Mhm.
there before it was popular, and now we're here, grown, and it's popular, and we consume it. And even with mental health, like we're in on that cusp of where it wasn't really talked about, and now it's like it's all the rave. So being this age is very tumultuous.
Yeah, yeah, I'll agree with that, man. Especially the mental health piece. Like, I don't think a lot of people take enough care of their mental health, or because everybody's like, oh, I got to push through and do this. Sometimes it is okay to hit
Yeah,
the pause button and just stop.
yeah,
Just stop. That doesn't mean you're not look, that doesn't mean you're not motivated, right? That doesn't
mhm,
mean you don't want to get to where you're going. But sometimes you have to set yourself up for success. And sometimes setting yourself up for success is to stop moving forward. Like
yeah,
to stop practicing, to stop doing whatever you're doing. You have to rest at some point. You
mm-hmm.
have to recharge. So then you can give a full 100% again. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people they're like, oh, like I was watching this motivational speaker guy. He's like, if all you got is 30%, give me 100% of 30%. I'm like, I don't think that's okay at this point. Like, if all you got is 30, we need to talk about how we get you back up to at least within 70 because you shouldn't be at 30. You should be between 170 is a cool percent to be on whatever you're doing in life
Yeah,
and just giving it all you got because we're human. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be at 100% every day. But
Exactly.
to say it's okay for somebody to be at 30, that's pushing that workaholic culture that we
Yeah.
previously had, like, to the extreme. Like, and that's how you get people breaking. You know what I'm saying? People break
Yep.
down, have mental breakdowns. People, they unfortunately commit
Mhm.
suicide. Like, you have all sorts of things that happen with people just because they kept going.
Mm.
It's okay to just stop,
It's
take a deep
just,
breath. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Stretch a little bit. All right, then get back to running. Like,
man. I'm glad you said that too, because that's another thing with social media, because this one idea gets pushed so much of like not sleeping, working hard, waking up extra early, staying up late, and like really burning yourself out. It's being pushed so much that people have internalized it, and they keep forgetting like, hey, you still got to take care of yourself. You have to take breaks. You got to allow yourself to recharge and reset. You have to give yourself time to like not think about
mhm,
doing something else. We be so hyper focused on what's next and what we're gonna do that we don't even enjoy the moment that we are literally in. There are people right now who accomplish something new every day, but they don't ever sit and celebrate that, because once they do accomplish a goal, it's on to the next.
yeah,
Everything thinking about what's next and not what's happening right now. And if you
I'm
continue on
guilty.
living it, you keep
I'm
continuing
guilty of that.
this life. You said what?
I said I'm guilty of that.
Exactly. Same here. Even since I was younger, like I was always focused on doing something profound and doing what's best that was next. When I was in mm, elementary, and thank God my mama, she didn't let me get skipped up, but they wanted to skip me up, and I was excited about that. Like, yeah, I want to get skipped up. I'm in GT. In middle school, I was taking out pre-AP and I was getting ready for high school, trying to get high school classes done in middle school. When I got to high school, I was taking college classes, trying to get ready for college. And when I got to college, I was worried about what was going to happen next. Like, I never stopped to appreciate what was happening in my life. And I never stopped to be thankful and grateful for the journey. So now when I wake up every day, I have to give thanks. God, thank you for allowing me to exist today. Thank you that I can get up and wipe my
Mhm,
own ass with my own two hands and use my own toilet, step my feet in my water that I have to pay the bills for. Like, God, hey, no, real talk, just thank you for where I am now. I'm not even completely where I want to be. I'm not in my final form or nothing like that, but I give thanks from the bottom of my heart that I was allowed to wake up and even have the opportunity to create, to breathe. Like, just thank you. And when we
yeah,
talk about health too, I think another thing that's not happening is like, what is mental health? How do you take care of yourself? What is self care? We're not explaining like what does that really mean? What does that really look like? For me, when I was going through a tumultuous relationship and I had to, what I say, build myself from the ground back up, some of the things I did was listen to motivational speeches and things that was going to help me elevate and focus on my own life goals. But even in doing that too, I always have to remind myself, like, whatever you listen to, take what you need and leave what you don't. Just because you're listening to it or somebody else said it that might be doing what you perceive is better than you, don't mean it's the absolute truth or what is going to work for you. So it's like, man, me showing up for myself and taking care of my mental health was me filling my mind with stuff that was going to stimulate me and encourage me to grow, because what we consume with our ears and our eyes determines how we
mhm,
think, feel, and behave. So I have to be intentional about what I'm giving myself on a daily, because if all I'm consuming is bullshit, guess what's going to come out? Bullshit. What's going to be subconsciously stored in my mind? Bullshit. So I
mhm.
wake up and I'm intentional about listening to good shit. Listen to good shit. Look at good shit so that you can internalize good shit, produce good shit,
Mhm.
subconsciously operate in good shit.
I'm finna make a good shit T-shirt now. Oh, you good? Oh, yeah.
No,
Okay.
because so yeah, so you can
Oh,
operate in, like I said, the goodness and the beauty of what's around you. And also journaling, writing. I used to write hella post-it notes every day. Matter of fact, before I left, clean up until I left my job, my cubicle was smothered in notes. Like I wasn't even supposed to have notes on them people's um stuff, but I did because I knew I wasn't gonna be there forever. It was a stepping stone. Even though I liked the job, I knew that's not what God that wasn't the end of what God had for me. So
Mm-hmm.
every day I'm writing post-it notes. I'm worthy. My voice is valuable. My story is mine to tell. Like I leave this job in confidence, knowing that my talents will provide for me, that a way will be made that I'll be able to care for myself and excel and exceed in everything that I want. Like I was writing those notes to myself so that every day I was reminded, and also so that I could feed my subconscious mind to start really believing what I wanted to manifest. So on this journey of self-care, it's about being intentional about what you watch, about what you listen to. It's about what you say to yourself on a daily basis, because self-care is not something you just do on a weekend or once a month. It is a constant exercise. Just like you can't go to the gym and work out one time and lose hella weight or gain hella muscle, the same thing is with self-care. You just can't do it one time and think that you're going to be in good standing. It has to be a constant and repetitious activity that you engage in on a daily basis, because that's the only way you're going to grow strong in
Right. Hey, man, you done said some stuff right there. You done said you done said some stuff. Um, I guess I'll piggyback off what you're saying, and I'll say this. So I'm not repeating you or parroting you.
it.
Um, have a healthy rivalry with your competition.
Mm,
What I mean by that is a lot of people get caught up when you look at other people and you're like, oh my God, they're all the way over
mhm,
here. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do I get there? And you get caught up in chasing after that person instead of
mhm,
actually like building your thing. Like it's okay to like look at that and go, oh man, like use that as a motivating factor to make the best product you're gonna make. But don't leave the shop till you're ready. Like you
mhm.
know what I'm saying? If you're still building that engine, like build that engine, finish it first. You know what I'm saying? Before you leave. But it's okay to look outside and go, okay, you know what I'm saying? They're racing around, they're doing really good. All right, let me just get back to work
Yeah.
though. You know what I'm saying? Keep,
Mhm,
you know what I'm saying? What the concept is called like the things built in a dark room. You know what I'm saying? Like,
mhm.
yeah, you're in the dark room right now. You know what I'm saying? You're in there. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to finalize, yes, for pictures. You're trying to finalize that photo. You know what I'm saying? But to make the best picture possible, you can't leave that dark room till it's ready. You know what I'm saying? So until you're ready, don't leave. You know what I'm saying? Don't leave. Stay in your spot. You know what I'm saying? And just keep working, keep building. And by the time you get out into the light, trust me, that picture gonna be perfect.
There we
But
go.
you gotta have a healthy you have to have a healthy um rivalry with people. So like don't be obsessed with them or anything like that. Like I use like for instance, there's somebody that makes videos, right? They were making videos and they were making content or whatever. And like I seen them, I was like, oh okay, I seen them like promoted stuff on Facebook. I said, oh, okay, cool. And then I was like, you know, kept going, whatever. And then like I seen like his YouTube started to catch up with mine. I said, no, I'm not gonna let that happen. But
Yeah.
I didn't address it like that. I just like quietly got to myself and I was like, okay, let me make my stuff better. Let me
Mhm.
do more because I'm like I've clearly slowed down somewhere along the way. Like I'm self-evaluating. Like while this person catch up, I'm self-evaluating. I'm like, okay, what is causing this person to catch up with me? All right.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this video. I didn't do this. I didn't do these thumbnails. I didn't do this background work. I'm like, okay. I'm just taking notes. And then
Yeah.
by the time I went outside to go run again. Like I took off again, and I was like, okay, cool. We got the healthy distance that we should have, and I'm gonna maintain this relationship this way. But it's not beef. It's just like I'm competitive that way. Like I don't want you to pass me. Like I'm just gonna be honest. Like I don't want you to pass me. You're not gonna pass me. So I'm like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure I do the very best that I can do, but at the same time I'm using you as my fuel. You're my motivator, but I'm taking
Like,
that energy and I'm using it in a positive way. A lot of people, they go online and they're like, oh, so and so ain't this. Like that's how you start hating on people. Like no, like internalize that because it's a natural feeling. Like it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to feel like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to win the trophy. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, everybody's competitive. Like I want to win the trophy. I want to go on a nice vacations. I want to have that money. You know what I'm saying? I want to have that prestige, that status.
yeah.
Everybody wants it. Everybody wants it.
Exactly.
Okay, internalize that now and turn it into something good for yourself.
There you go.
Like you can't push that out and it not be bitter.
Exactly.
It not
I
be bitter. And there's mad bitter people out here.
Exactly. I like that whole concept of healthy rivalry too, because there are people out here that will look at what you have and be jealous. But it's like, why wouldn't that just inspire you to want to be better? Something that, and I thank God, that I have this kind of mindset. But when I'm looking at people who look like me and they're doing something that's great, that's profound, like for me, I automatically start to think like, wow, that if they did that, that mean I can do that shit too. That's where my mind goes. But you got some
Yep.
people mind goes to like, oh man, why do they got this? Why do they got that? It's like shit. Why you worried about why they got this or why they got that? You need to be worried about how you can do it too. Like they showing you that what's humanly possible, and that's why mindset is a thing that can like really make or break you in this lifetime when it comes to your
Mhm.
the person, you in relationships, you in the professional realm. If your mindset is not right, then you're gonna be blocked from a lot of things. You know, if you allow that jealousy to consume you, or you get mad at somebody because of what they got, that first of all, that's weird. It's
Yeah,
very,
it is very weird. Very weird.
it speaks a lot to somebody's own insecurities and what they have going. But look at somebody, like you said, let it be healthy rivalry and let it charge you up. Like it should show you that what's possible for you.
Exactly. Exactly, man. It's especially look. Just look, y'all. Okay,
Just
look, y'all. Look, Arkansas is small. Okay, it's small. All right. It's okay. That's one. It's small. Two,
mhm,
two. Realistically speaking, the people that are around you, that grew up with you, they know you. Therefore, they don't have the same awe of you. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? Till you get of a certain status. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have to just work. You're gonna have to just grind at it till they actually come over and they actually like really like support you like that. Like that's just the reality of anybody from
mhm.
anywhere. That's not a slighting in our. That's just human psychology.
Yep.
If you know somebody from your village, it's just like, oh, that's just so and so. You're numb to them. You're numb to them. They're not a new stimuli. Your brain just shuts it off. It's not anything. Um, so what you need to do is like go outside. Okay, go outside.
I'm
I
outside.
I I cannot stress this enough. Go outside.
Mm,
Go outside. Like that's my only advice for people from Arkansas. It's just go outside. Go outside. Because the moment you go outside, you realize this world is a whole lot bigger than you
mm,
thought it was. You know what I'm saying? Take a trip somewhere that you ain't been. You know what I'm saying? That you ain't been and go there for a while. Go there for a while. Like save up your money. Go there for a little minute so you can actually become a part of the city just a little bit.
yeah.
And you'll slowly realize like, okay, in the grand scheme of things, where I'm from don't matter.
Mm,
And this place that I'm at right now doesn't matter anyway. Like we're just all habitating spaces at the end of the day. So what I need to do is just make myself the very best version of myself that I can be and fool
mhm,
with the people that actually fool with me, and that's it. Like you ain't gotta beef with nobody. You ain't gotta like be feel some type of way about anything in it. Like
mhm,
just accept the fact that it is what it is. Like it just is what it is. That's how it is. Till you get to where you're trying to go. All right. And
mhm.
make a oh my last piece. Make a 2 to 5 year plan. Okay. 2 to 5 years. If you don't see you that's a two the 2 year is if everything goes right. That's not gonna happen. Your 2 year plan more
Mm,
than likely not gonna happen. It's like 1% chance of happening. But your 5 year plan, by the time you're working and doing everything, you should be pretty close to as long as you're realistic with yourself. If
yeah.
you're not making realistic goals, that's the first problem. But make some realistic goals for 5 years and work towards it. I guarantee you what's gonna happen is you're not even by year 3 or 4, you're not even gonna be looking at that 5 year goal you're not even going to be thinking about it. You're going to just hit it. You're going to just hit it. You're going to stop thinking about it because you've developed a habit of moving towards that goal, and you're so involved in it. It's become such a part of your life that by the time year 5 hits, you're there already.
Yep. I like that. I like that. Speaking of goals, man, what's something you want to do in the new year? You know, we in 2023. Crazy. What's
Oh,
you manifesting this season?
what do I want to do? I want to do like an actual like live show type deal. Like
Yeah.
that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. I want to do a live like show to where it's like it's a podcast, but like there's like audience involvement. That's something that I want to do, and I want to figure out a way to do that. Like some type of way to make it
Yeah.
happen to where that happens and it looks really cool. That's what I want to do.
You can do
That's
it. We're gonna say
Yeah,
this is what you're going to do. I'm gonna touch and agree. Like 85 South, I think you can do that.
yeah.
You definitely can do that. Um, that's good. Anything else?
Anything else? No, not really. Like, cause
Not really.
the other thing I can't talk about. So I'm still there. I'm still there. And I can't talk about it.
Well, I'm gonna say you're gonna get it. I'm touching and agreeing with you.
Hmm.
Hey, they said where two or more come into agreement, it shall be. So
Right.
whatever it sh-
What are your goals for this year?
well, my goal for this year, something that I've been hyper focused on is the Melanin land. So with my women's empowerment group, I plan to hit two more states for three more states before May. I'm going to New Orleans on February 4th,
Okay.
2020. We'll be having Melanin in New Orleans at Poe's Gallery. And
Okay.
then it's my dream to go to New York and Los Angeles, California.
Hmm.
And then in Atlanta, I'm going to have a 3-day conference. So I'm already speaking all these things into existence and claiming that it will be successful and um, very impactful, transformational, and produce wealth and abundance because we need that in this season too. Amen. Hallelujah. Oh, praise God.
Hmm.
We need that. So this year
Hmm.
is all about growing the melanin land. My goal is to really expand it to new territories and for it to become a fully funded thing that um, leverages, props up women of color.
For sure, man. Okay, so look, y'all. Make sure y'all go check out, you know what I'm saying, Drekkia writes. Y'all make sure y'all go check out the Melanin Land. The link, like the links to her stuff is gonna be in the description box of the video on YouTube. Okay, so podcast people, go on YouTube and it's in the description box. Okay. The links don't work right on the other services. It don't work right. I sent somebody to some other place and I was like, I'm never doing a link again. Um, so for now, just go to YouTube. The link is gonna be there.
Yep.
I want to thank you for coming on. You know what I'm saying? This episode. I'm happy to have had you. We had a great conversation.
It was
You know what I'm saying? I've learned some stuff from you. Hopefully, you learned stuff from me.
absolutely. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
thank you again. Like I said, man, y'all, this has been Homeroom with Smooth featuring Drekkia Rights and connect with us.
yeah. All right. Well, we up out of here. Catch y'all later.